Good evening, Belize, and welcome to XTV's news broadcast for Tuesday, February 10, 2026. Making the headlines tonight, no case submission in Ramnarace triple murder denied. Opposition to seek audience with PUC and SSB over SpeedNet buyout. UDP senator says state overreach threatens protests and press freedom. And NTUCB holds off on demonstration over SpeedNet acquisition. We take a first break and return with the news in detail.
Clean and maintain your yard the best way with Honda trimmers and lawn mowers. Honda Lawn and Garden Equipment. Available at Benquip. Equipment, parts, service.
At Atlantic Bank, your convenience is our priority. Our contact center is designed to enhance your banking experience. With a wide range of customer service options, you save time and effort. You can easily call in to block or unblock your debit and credit cards, perform account inquiries, and access detailed calls AM to 6 p.m. in both English and Spanish. Simply dial 223-1212. This is a dedicated line for our contact center. Atlantic Bank is committed to providing you with exceptional service and the tools you need to manage your finances conveniently and securely. Take full advantage of our easy-to-use contact center services today.
Atlantic Bank, building the future together.
Finally, a postpaid plan for 3 people. Introducing Smart Trio. Why pay for mobile service alone when you can share and save? Get unlimited national calls, text, plus 100 gigabytes of shared data. And the best part? It's only $135. That's right, as low as
fluorescence. So less changing and less trash. Planet Earth thanks you. And the LED experts at Brothers Habet and Habet will help you find the best LED solution with colors for every room and mood, starting as low as $6.95. You can even get LED strips for home, office, and industrial use. So say goodbye to fluorescent tubes forever. And because they use up to 90% less energy, you save money. Money you can spend on other things. So head to Brothers Habet or Habet and Habet today. You can also call, email, or Facebook us. Have a brilliant day.
Welcome back with your news. I am Drea Espinosa. High Court Justice Nigel Pilgrim has dismissed a no-case submission in the Elmer Na Ramnarace triple murder trial. The decision was handed down this morning. Na's attorney, Dr. Lyndon Jones, submitted a 328-page document arguing that there is insufficient evidence against his client and that he was not properly identified. Na, now 40, did not provide additional alibi witnesses. In a doc statement, he maintained his innocence and asked the court to consider multiple discrepancies in the prosecution's submissions. He shared that he has a tattoo on his right hand, whereas the shooter in the surveillance video submitted as evidence has none. Another piece of evidence he asked the court to consider was that his boots were black and orange, and the ones introduced into evidence are fully black. He added that if the surveillance footage is enhanced, it would reveal who the real shooter was. The trial will now proceed and the parties are set to return to court on March 13 after filing closing submissions. At a press conference today, Leader of the Opposition, Honorable Tracy Panton, committed that the United Democratic Party will continue to advocate against the acquisition of SpeedNet by Belize Telemedia Limited.
To carry this mantle on and on behalf of the Belizean people, we vehemently oppose this transaction. Let us utilize this $80 million to invest in further updates in BTL's infrastructure and to improve BTL's efficiency and agility as it prepares itself for this emerging competitor in the market. We call on the government of Belize. We call on the Public Utilities Commission. We call on the Social Security Board to act in the public's interest and not advance any proposal that will only seek to enrich, as I said before, a select few.
Panton insisted that the matter requires parliamentary approval. She informed that the opposition will seek an audience with the Public Utilities Commission and the Social Security Board. The National Trade Union Congress of Belize has decided to hold off on its planned demonstration that was set for today. Reports are that a mandate has not been received from the membership of its affiliate unions to proceed with protest action regarding the proposed BTL acquisition of SpeedNet. Some unions, we are told, are still polling their members. For now, the Congress intends to seek an audience with employees of SpeedNet as well as with the Public Utilities Commission. However, the Congress maintains that if BTL does not act on its recommendations, then they will resume protest action. Opposition Senator Sheena Pitts at the UDP's press conference this morning addressed what she described as the expanding overreach of the state that has resulted in reduced lawful expression, protest, and independent journalism. The first moment of note that she pointed to was Joseph Budna's abduction, followed by the statement of the Prime Minister's office criticizing the work of news editor Jules Vasquez.
And I'm grateful to every other Belizean who is able to separate the apples from the oranges when it comes to this topic. Because this is not about a man who they say is a rapist of boys. All of us, in all of our families, have a thief, have a liar, and have persons who live alternative lifestyles. This is not about that. When the state becomes a threat to the people, who is next? That moment mattered, ladies and gentlemen, when citizens cannot clearly see the legal boundaries of state actions. Fear fills the gap left behind. What was Budna's crime in Belize? That who he made talk about when he said a reporter? Khalid? That who he light up north? The second incident, ladies and gentlemen, widened the concern from individual liberty to press freedom. Do you remember in 2025 when none other than the office of the Prime Minister issued a public statement attacking Jules Vasquez? Rather than limiting itself to factual rebuttal of his reporting, the statement escalated into personal attacks and warnings of legal action against both the journalist and the media house. What was Jules' crime? This was not a routine disagreement with coverage. It was the highest executive office in the country. Though it is its lynch man. And had the police department feel that they have unfettered discretion for determining who gets for protest and when, unfettered discretion for determining on this occasion, yes, I'll give you the permit, but on the next occasion, when conveniently, because of the politics of the day, I want to decide that you never have the time in there, you never have the date in there. You have the police exercise unfettered discretion to say, oh, you don't qualify for a permit today. You think you done there? Look at what happened on the morning of our last protest. While gathering placards to take out to our point of protest, Brian Yellowman Ordinate was arrested. And on the paper given to him, what the state used, you know, for make you know what you doing there for. They write BMOG, acronym. Words will stand for being a member of a gang. Now, I have the fortunate advantage of saying that I know Yellowman all my life. And I will not put my head on a block and get it chopped off. But I can say with absolute certainty, at no time, Yellowman has ever been a member of a gang. Are political parties gangs now? When did that happen in this free Belize?
After the break, former Belmopan mayor highlights huge disparity in new trade license fee. Stay with us.
Our Belize City is growing because of continued investment. From rehabilitated streets to expanding neighborhoods, significant investments are improving how our city functions and how our communities live. In the last 2 years alone, more than 250 streets have been rehabilitated, representing almost $34 million invested directly in physical infrastructure that improves access and quality of life. At the same time, the city continues to expand. Developments such as the Holy Emmanuel area, also known as Gungulung, reflect increased demand for land and housing as Belize City expands in a more sustainable and resilient way. These planned developments support safer communities and long-term sustainability, contributing to rising property values across the city. Under the Town's Property Evaluation Act, property values are required to be reviewed every 5 years. The last valuation adjustment was done in 2013. This adjustment simply brings property values closer to today's market reality, while the tax rate itself remains unchanged. Let's break it down. For a vacant property valued at $25,000, we charged an annual 2% rate, which works out to a payment of $500. Under the new assessment, the property value has appreciated by 40%, making the property now worth $35,000. Therefore, the new amount to be paid will be 2% of $35,000, which works out to $700. For an occupied property valued at $25,000, we charged an annual 10% rate, which works out to $2,500. Under the new assessment, the property's value has appreciated by 18%, making the property now worth $29,500. Therefore, the new amount to be paid will be 10% of $29,500, which works out to $2,950. To support property owners, your Belize City Council is encouraging residents to take advantage of the ongoing property tax prepayment incentives. Property owners receive 15% off in January, 10% off in February, and 5% in March. And senior citizens receive a 35% discount year-round. Remember, this adjustment represents an appreciation in your property's worth, not a change in tax rates, ensuring continued investment in your city while providing valuable data for informing investors, municipal bondholders, and individual credit assessments. And we want residents to know the law provides a clear mechanism for review and appeal if needed. Those who believe their valuation does not fairly reflect their property have the right to engage the Belize City Valuation Appeals Board. Your Belize City Council remains committed to openness, accountability, and ensuring that growth is managed fairly for everyone. Your Belize City Council, always about the people.
Nando's Wholesale is your market leader in Belize's wholesale industry when it comes to high-quality products at the most reasonable and competitive prices. With over 40 years in the wholesale business, Nando's Wholesale embraces the partnership of the hotel industry in Belize by providing world-renowned brands in wines, seasonings, condiments, and cleaners in industrial sizes, as well as small and large kitchen appliances and equipment. Nando's also takes pride in providing one of the quietest and most durable air conditioning systems in Belize with technical support and spare parts. Nando's Wholesale. Professional, reliable, effective, and prompt. Nando's Wholesale always delivers. Visit us at www.nandos.bz or send an email to nandos@nandos.bz. Or, even better yet, give us a call today at 222-500 or 280-8080 to speak to one of our sales representatives today.
Visit Freetown Drugstore to get options to relieve stress and to relax your mind.
Yes, sir. What can I do for you today?
I'm so stressed out.
Okay, I'm saying I can help right now. When I this daily, for 10 days, I am good after that, okay?
Okay.
Freetown Drugstore, 28 Freetown Road, where you are better off alive than dead. Freetown Drugstore, telephone 223-2876.
And you've heard about it. Well, you got your chance to join in this Saturday, February 14th. Grand Resort and Residences again, starting at 9 p.m. It's another mature and secure gallery event for Valentine's. It's called Heartstrings. We have the soundtrack to match your feelings. A superstar lineup of iconic DJs journey through the best classic old school tunes just for you and yours. When flowers alone won't do and chocolate's too cliche, we got music, we got DJs, we got the maestro, Stone Jam, Mr. Entertainment, DJ Dalla, Rocker and the Bigger Ford, and Frisco and Tony G. I would like to be the only in your life, I want to be the only man. There we've got a special Steel Pan live throwdown from the Steel Pan maestro, Alex Evans. No! Bring your heartstring fireworks in the sky for the lovers and, of course, exquisite cuisine for your satisfaction. Sweet dreams are made of these. Get your tickets and get your tickets early. You don't want to left your heartstring out there alone. Come together and feel the vibe. Rabbit Hole Entertainment again. Tickets in advance for only $50. Available at American Closeout on Freetown Road, Alpha Male on Bishop Street, Dessa's Closet on Cemetery Road, Amandala Press on Amandala Drive, and the Quick Pass app. Sponsored by the Belize City Council, Pelican, Grand Resort and Residences, The Angeles Press Limited, Rabbit Hole Entertainment, Ministry of Infrastructure, Development and Housing, Belize Chamber of Commerce and Industry, the Belize Airport Authority, Amandala, and the Belize Police Department.
At the UDP conference today, their Belmopan caretaker, Khalid Bilal, who is also former two-time mayor of that municipality, addressed the drastic changes some are noting ahead of the implementation of the new trade license regime. The effective date of the act was delayed, but before that announcement, some municipalities had already prepared bills for 2026 using the new methodology. Bilal says some businesses are alarmed at the huge disparity in what they will have to pay.
I first became aware of this issue maybe about 2 months ago as trade licensing bills were being issued for this year of 2026 because the billing period runs from January 1st to December 31st. Alarmed, a business house in Belmopan contacted me asking me if I could take a closer look at what was now being proposed to them as their new trade license fee for Belmopan, for this year, of 2026. This business house was seeing a 700% increase in what they have been paying for the past few years. 700%. And this, for all intents and purposes, came out of the blue for them. This was dropped in their lap, so to speak. And to give you the raw numbers, because 700% is maybe a little vague, or there's some gray space there, even though it's a concrete number. To give you the raw numbers, that trade license would have moved from roughly $2,500 to almost $18,000 for the year of 2026.
Bilal says the new legislation prevents such drastic increases for up to 3 years after implementation of the law.
Section 2, subsection 5 states very clearly, notwithstanding subsection 1 and 3, for a period of 3 years from the commencement of this section, the annual license fee A, in the case of a trade existing before the commencement of this section, shall not be greater or less than 10% of the annual license fee levied on that trade before the commencement of this section. And B, in the case of a trade after the commencement of this section, shall not be greater or less than 10% of the annual license fee levied on similar trades before the commencement of this section. Ladies and gentlemen, in a nutshell, if you are paying $1,000 in 2025 and $1,000 in 2026, when the Senate ratifies this bill for the years of 2027, 28, and 29, the maximum you should pay in trade license fee is that $1,000 plus 10%, or $100. So a total of $1,100 for the next 3 years. What happens after the 3 years expires? Well, that is
relation which ended up or the fee that was resulted, or the fee that was resulted. We are designed for transparency and accountability. Usually ends up with a lower fee. So, for example, the old rate charges parking areas as part of its business structure. The new law does not do that. It utilizes a productive footprint. Now, after those letters went out, I was contacted by central government and the Ministry of Local Government, and I was guided to ensure that no business passes the 10% limit.
For those who argue that their fee is very high, the mayor said they have encouraged businesses to restructure their space to reduce their productive footprint. He added that some businesses are actually seeing a reduction in trade license fee. One Belmopan small business owner has expressed frustration that his property tax has increased by 400% in the last 3 years. This morning at the UDP press conference, former Mayor Khalid Bilal shared that initially the business was paying $150 and that increased to $300. The latest bill has now doubled again to $600.
A couple of weeks back, I had the opportunity to speak with, basically, you would say a small businessman, and he shared with me that maybe 3 years ago, his garbage bill doubled from 150 to 300, and now in this most recent assessment, it's once again doubled from 300 to 600. So it's a 400% increase over the past 4 or 5 years at the most. What the justification for that is, I know Belmopan is somewhat unique in terms of we actually have legislation that provides for charging for residential and commercial garbage collection. What prompted the change, whatever assessment might have caused consecutive councils now to seek to raise the rates is something that we need to look at more closely, and certainly have the authority to do so. I think the complaint is more in terms of a lack of prior being advised previously to it actually just being dropped in their laps, so to speak. No?
While Mayor Pavlikovich hinted that the case publicized on social media is not entirely true, he admitted that some businesses have, in fact, seen an increase in fees.
Yes, there is some fact in the potential for an increase by certain businesses. A lot of these businesses were reassessed. You will notice that it has a reliance on square footage. So if a business has been reassessed and the square footage went up, that also means that we had to make adjustments to the garbage fee. We also consider the category of business, because there are certain types of businesses that generate less garbage than others. So it's not just the size of your business, the type of business matters as well. In majority of the cases, the increase has been due to that increased square footage, or very likely the garbage fee that was applied did not match what it was supposed to be. So in a case like that, obviously an adjustment had to be made as well. Now, I must point out that during our review, we have found some cases where it's in the reverse, where people are being charged a higher rate than they're supposed to be paying. So what we're trying to do right now is we're trying to analyze that, that type of issue so that we can also make adjustments so that we can properly fix the account for the business owner. Because proper records did not exist for these businesses, it caused incorrect fees to be applied to these businesses.
On Monday, the Ministry of Agriculture, in collaboration with the UN World Food Programme, WFP, launched a program in Belmopan focusing on anticipatory action against potential future drought conditions. Some 500 farmers from Corozal, Orange Walk, and Cayo are expected to benefit initially from the program. Minister of State for Agriculture Alex Bologna spoke on how the farmers were chosen.
The names have been selected from BMS, which is the list of registered farmers across the country, and based on the size of their farms, which is 2 acres or less, that's how they were identified. And each extension officer knows the area that he is designated to, and so he's the one who has helped us, or in each district we have the extension officers who have been out there to do their research. It's basically monetary, and it's around, it's very minimal, you know, it's around $200 US to start with per farmer.
Okay.
So it's not much, but we are hoping that with that we can achieve. You know, as a farmer who is dedicated, knows exactly where he wants to use the funds. It is a cap for now, but we are hoping that we can, through funding agencies, to provide more assistance to the farmers in the event that they would need.
Greta Abka, the WFP's Anticipatory Action Advisor, spoke on their involvement in the program and on the expected goals.
We have been supporting the Ministry of Agriculture for the past almost 2 years in setting up this anticipatory action mechanism for drought. It's mostly technical support. A lot of the work has been done by the ministry. And yeah, it's been a great collaboration, which bears fruit now with the launch of this AA mechanism.
What are you guys hoping to accomplish? What are some of the main objectives of the project?
So what we are hoping is trying to support vulnerable farmers ahead of a drought. So not to wait until a drought destroys their livelihoods or destroys their earnings, but basically act based on forecasts, so farmers know a drought is coming and they have some means.
A couple weeks ago, ASR country manager Mac McLachlan told the media that the latest sugarcane crop is expecting to yield a greater amount of sugarcane, adding that the effects of fusarium are being mitigated. On Monday, Minister of State for Agriculture Alex Bologna said that previously they were expecting a lower yield, but that the effects of fusarium have not been as bad as feared.
Well, the fusarium disease, we thought that it was going to affect for a longer period, but through the work, again, the technical teams, they have been able to, I would say, to understand it so that the sugarcane industry can start to come back slowly, not at the pace that you and I would wish to come, but we wouldn't say we have an increase. We had thought that we have a lower production of sugar this year, but it's not. We're doing fairly okay.
So we're on track.
Yeah, we're not as where we wanted to be, but we're hoping that in the near future we can get better production.
In sporting news, several cyclists who were in the lead group of a test race were injured Sunday morning in a high-speed downhill crash. The incident occurred in the first lap of the race in the Mountain Pine Ridge area of the Cayo district. Among those injured were Oscar Quiros, Roque Matos, Wendell Williams, Christopher Waite, Leon Leslie, and Jocelyn Chavarria Jr. Leslie was treated and discharged, while Matos is reported to have sustained 5 fractured ribs. The Cycling Federation of Belize on Monday morning notified that Quiros and Waite require MRI testing to determine the severity of their fractures. Chavarria also remained hospitalized. The cycling community is asking for prayers for the speedy recovery of all who were injured. After the break, a barber charged in connection with PG double murder. Stay tuned.
Finally, a postpaid plan for 3 people. Introducing Smart Trio. Why pay for mobile service alone when you can share and save? Get unlimited national calls, text, plus 100 gigabytes of shared data. And the best part? It's only $135. That's right, as low as $45 per person. Perfect for small families, couples, or close friends. Smart Trio. 3 lines, 1 smart choice. Sign up now and you could win a Trio getaway to San Pedro for 3. Visit us at www.smart-bz.com for more information or sign up at any showroom today. Smart, bringing people together.
En Atlantic Bank, tu comodidad es nuestra prioridad. Nuestro centro de contacto está diseñado para mejorar tu experiencia bancaria. con una amplia gama de opciones de servicio al cliente. Ahorras tiempo y esfuerzo. Puedes llamar fácilmente para bloquear o desbloquear tus tarjetas de débito y crédito, realizar consultas de cuentas y acceder a información detallada de tus tarjetas. Ya sea que necesites asistencia con la banca en línea, apoyo para comercios o consultas generales, nuestro equipo está listo para ayudarte. Para mayor comodidad, si todos los operadores están ocupados, puedes dejar tu número y un operador te devolverá la llamada lo antes posible para asegurarse de que recibas el apoyo que necesitas. Para mayor seguridad, es posible que necesitemos verificar tu identidad con un conjunto de preguntas sencillas. Recuerda, Atlantic Bank nunca solicitará tu nombre de tu usuario ni contraseña de Atlantic Online por llamada telefónica, mensaje de texto o correo electrónico, asegurando que tu información personal permanezca segura y protegida. Nuestro equipo de apoyo está disponible de lunes a viernes, de 8 a.m. a 6 p.m., en inglés y en español. Simplemente marca al 223-1212. Esta es la línea dedicada para nuestro centro de contacto. Atlantic Bank se compromete a brindarte un servicio excepcional y las herramientas que necesitas para administrar tus finanzas de manera conveniente y segura. Aprovecha al máximo nuestro servicio del centro de contacto.
Atlantic Bank, building the future together.
February is all about Honda. Get special pricing and discounts on all Honda products. Enjoy up to 25% off select Honda products and 20% off Honda parts. Don't forget your B-Bucks whenever you make a purchase. There will also be a bike rally throughout the streets of Blue Creek and Belize City on February 7th and 14th respectively. All participants will get a free oil change. Check out our Facebook page for more details. Love Your Honda is all about deals and discounts on Honda products throughout the month of February. Only at Benquip Equipment Parts Service.
It is truly a proud day for us here in the village as we inaugurate this rehabilitated Bully Tree Falls Community Center, a building that has long stood at the heart of our community. For generations, this center has been more than just a structure of concrete and steel. It has been a place where memories were made and lives were celebrated. It has hosted countless community gatherings, quinceaños celebrations, weddings, birthday parties, family reunions, meetings, and events that brought us together as one people.
I'm often criticized for projects like this, going to say, why is tourism investing in a community center? And I often say I'm not investing in a community center, I'm investing in the community, I'm investing in our people.
May this center continue to stand strong as a symbol of community, resilience, and togetherness for many years to come.
I will never find another lover sweeter than you.
Heartstring, you know who that is. The one. He makes your biochemical soup in your brain just go berserk. Your dopamine goes whoops, your norepinephrine just serotonin drops, your heart rate elevates, your pupils dilate, your stomach to tremble. The one when cold front you got a hole, the one where you want to sit down on the island and just watch the sunset go down. That is your heartstring. Well, for all the heartstrings, for all who want to find a heartstring, and to those who feel well, they are heartstring material. Look out, here we go again. From the folks that brought you the Gatsby New Year's Eve event, you've heard about it. Well, you got your chance to join in this Saturday, February 14th.
I just wanna be Grand Resort and Residences again starting at 9 p.m. It's another mature and secure gallery event for Valentine's. It's called Heartstrings. We have the soundtrack to match. Bring your heartstring fireworks in the sky for the lovers and of course exquisite. Bring your heartstring fireworks in the sky for the lovers and of course exquisite cuisine for your satisfaction.
Sweet dreams are made of these.
Get your tickets and get your tickets early. You don't want to left your heartstring out there alone. Come together and feel the vibe. Rabbit Hole Entertainment again.
Tickets in advance for only $50. Available at American Closeout on Freetown Road, Alpha Male on Bishop Street, Dessa's Closet on Cemetery Road, Amandala Press on Amandala Drive, and the Quick Pass app. Sponsored by the Belize City Council, Belkin, Grand Resort and Residences, The Angeles Press Limited, Rabbit Hole Entertainment, Ministry of Infrastructure, Development and Housing, Belize Chamber of Commerce and Industry, the Belize Airport Authority, Amandala, and the Belize Police Department.
On Queen Street in PG, when a man is reported to have visited a residence in the area and fired several shots. Two men, 24-year-old Louis Barrias and 43-year-old Derek Arnold, were killed in the incident. Police are still seeking answers in the disappearance of Canadian national 64-year-old Alfred Pleo, who was last seen on January 15 in Punta Gorda, Toledo. ASP Stacy Smith on Monday gave an update on the investigation into his disappearance.
It relates to the investigation pertaining to Mr. Pleo. I must advise that it's an ongoing investigation. During the course of that investigation, police had uncovered several items of interest and had detained several persons in the course of the investigation. What I will say is that a number of items being the property of Mr. Pleo was discovered during the course of the investigation.
And St. Ignatius High School in Santa Elena, Cayo needs to replace their student furniture and have organized a big raffle with prizes including a scholarship, cash, home and kitchen items, gift certificates, and others. With the help of the Active Parent-Teacher Association and the hard work of staff and Principal Janine Neal, the school has managed to replace the chairs and desks in about half of the school's 16 classrooms and are hoping the raffle can help fund the changing of the furniture in the remaining classrooms. Principal Neal said that the business community in San Ignacio and Santa Elena have been a big help. She shared how tickets can be bought.
Booklets. We have 20 prizes. The booklet is a total of 20 little raffle tickets then. 20 raffle tickets for $20. Our business community has sponsored those raffle booklets with our PTA. So our PTA were the ones along with our admin secretary and I who got to our business community and they were able to sponsor items, and I'm able to go over that list probably or screenshot it and send it to you. Again, the due date is March 6th. It's an all-school fundraising drive, and with that, we're changing the chairs and desks at our school. It is very important to note that children, students who attend this high school, or any student, I should say, on a whole in the country, infrastructure is very important. Even if your child come from low-income household, when they come to your institution, it's their home, their next home, but really, it's like their first home. Because when they come here, they're, 6-8 hours with us? The classroom need to be suited. The campus, environmentally suitable as well. Chairs, very, very much. We have changed at least out of our 15 to 16 classrooms, we've changed at least out of about 7 classrooms. So we have at least halfway to go. And these are, when you're changing the chairs and stuff, it's costly now. Things are not cheaper like back in the days. We've as well done a lot of painting on the buildings and quite welcoming beautification on the campus. And so it's like a 1-year big raffle that we do. We know we need to pay the government some type of fee. We're asking them for the waiver, by the way. I no shame, right, to say that. And $20 for the booklet, like I said. So it's March 6th. They can purchase here at the high school.
And with that, we've come to the end of our newscast. The repeat can be viewed on the station later tonight at 9 and again tomorrow at midday. Join us again tomorrow for another edition of the news. And remember, you can always catch up with the day's top stories on our YouTube channel and Facebook page under XTV Belize.